Hey Cowboys Nation, let's go for another round of news from America's team. Watch until the end so you don't miss any news and sign up to stay tuned for everything that comes out about the Cowboys.
Ex-Cowboys star calls out Jerry Jones for "damn lie" in new post. The Dallas Cowboys have many plates spinning, but Jerry Jones' latest comments is prompting a strong response from a former player. It is far from the first time that ex-Cowboys wide receiver Dez Bryant has spoken his mind on the organization, and it likely won't be the last. On March 26, Star-Telegram reporter Clarence Hill Jr. shared a photo and quote from an interview with Jones. The Cowboys owner was asked about his feelings on the offseason and gave a positive response. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones: "I feel as good any time going into the offseason as I can remember," Hill Jr. wrote on X on March 26. Bryant quoted the post in a response with a four-word response: "That's a damn lie." Whether Jones is being honest or not isn't for this article to decide, but it's clear that Bryant isn't having it. And almost immediately, Bryant's reply section was filled with Cowboys fans sharing a similar sentiment. Heavy has already covered fans' negative response to former DT Jonathan Hankins' new contract with the Seattle Seahawks. With Bryant also chiming in, it's clear that the general atmosphere around the team is cloudy to say the least. Dak Prescott heading for free agency? One of the reasons why the energy from fans and media is negative is QB Dak Prescott's situation. Prescott is entering the final deal of his contract, and many expected the QB to sign an extension. But as of March 26, that doesn't appear to be happening. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport reported that there is little sign of a deal happening before the 2024 season. Cowboys could enter free agency race with Steelers for ex-Bengals WR. The Dallas Cowboys have yet to add a receiver after setting Michael Gallup for release, but one former Cincinnati Bengals WR is still available. It won't necessarily be cheap, but Tyler Boyd may have the best resume of any free agent receiver still available. The reason Boyd is available is due to his contract demands, more on that below, but it's still surprising that he hasn't come to some form of deal with the Bengals or another team yet. Even in a down year, Boyd was still an important and effective weapon on a Bengals offense that navigated the loss of QB Joe Burrow halfway through the 2023 season. Boyd's 667 yards in 2023 was his lowest total since his second NFL season in 2017. Normally, that kind of regression is concerning, but being able to produce with a backup throwing the ball is encouraging. Boyd plays bigger than his 6 feet 2 inches frame and is a different enough WR from the likes of CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks that he could have a critical role in the Cowboys' offense. That being said, Dallas' current approach in the market certainly doesn't point toward a big WR signing. Why Boyd is available and why the Cowboys can afford him. In recent weeks, Boyd has been linked to a move to the Pittsburgh Steelers. However, things seemingly cooled down as fast as they heated up due to Boyd's contract demands. According to The Athletic's Mark Kaboly, Pittsburgh doesn't want to meet those numbers. "They're trying to wait out Tyler Boyd," Kaboly said on 93.7 The Fan. "I'm not quite sure how that's going to end up going down here. I know that he wants to get paid more than they're offering him. That opens the door for Dallas or any other team potentially interested. However, it's not clear what Boyd is asking and what the Steelers' ceiling is." Spotrac estimates that Boyd's market value is around $8.7 million a year, and that a 3-year deal is appropriate. The Cowboys only have about $5 million in cap space right now, but covering the rest wouldn't be much of a challenge. Fans have already seen the team restructure QB Dak Prescott's contract, and a similar move could open up the funds. Tyler Boyd's extended run with Bengals. A second-round pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, Boyd played his college ball at Pittsburgh and hit the field as an RB and a WR. Since arriving in Cincinnati though, he has developed into an out-and-out possession receiver. Boyd first started to make waves on the national level in 2018. After just 828 total receiving yards in his first 2 seasons, Pro Football Reference shows that Boyd led the Bengals with 1028 and 1046 receiving yards in 2018 and 2019 respectively. The arrival of Jamar Chase and T. Higgins reduced Boyd's role, but he has still been a consistent threat. Over the past 4 seasons, Boyd has averaged 775 receiving yards and 3.8 touchdowns per year. Those aren't mind-melting numbers, but they are reliable and solid. If the Cowboys don't have plans to add a dynamic talent in the draft, going the reliable route with a veteran like Boyd is a safe choice. NFL Insider offers grim update on Cowboys' Dak Prescott contract talks. Contract talks on a long-term extension between the Dallas Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott seem to have stalled out, according to a report from Ian Rapoport of the NFL Network. The Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott have a mutual understanding, Rapoport posted on X, formerly known as Twitter. Of his contract situation, sources say, with no offers from Dallas despite him being in a contract year. Owner Jerry Jones said, "We are where we are, locked and loaded for this year." Rapoport added that there is no indication a deal is coming. Prescott's contract hangs over the Cowboys' offseason like an anvil and is a significant reason why Dallas has struggled to compete for top talent in free agency in recent weeks. Without restructuring Prescott's contract, or signing the 30-year-old to an extension to lower his cap number, he's set to count $55.45 million against the cap for the 2024 season. As things currently stand, Prescott makes up a whopping 21.29% of the Cowboys' cap obligations ahead of the 2024 campaign. Dak Prescott now facing uncertain future. Rapoport's reporting on where things currently stand between the Cowboys and their franchise player is a stark reversal from how Prescott viewed the negotiations as recently as March 4. "I'm definitely confident," Prescott told reporters that day when asked about getting an extension done. "Obviously it helps the team. It's important for the numbers. Both sides understand that. Everything's great. It'll happen." The Cowboys could ultimately choose to allow Prescott to play out the final year of his contract and become an unrestricted free agent next March. However, from Prescott's perspective, that could carry too much risk, and without a new deal there is always the possibility that he will hold out from off-season workouts and perhaps into training camp this summer. Meanwhile, ahead of free agency, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones struck a pessimistic tone about the state of contract talks with Prescott during a conversation with the team's official website. "We don't need to, but we can if everybody wants to solve it," Jones said. "You can get in and get on the same page and see if you can come to an agreement. If you can't, what we have in place works. And so obviously, if you do it one way, you'll be working through some of the other areas on the team in a different way. But you can't really plan on that until you see when you're there." Jerry Jones still confident in Cowboys' 2024 season. During the same week Jones walked back his comments about being all in for the 2024 offseason. The Cowboys owner suggests that he's as confident as ever in his team's prospects this upcoming season. "I feel good about it," Jones told reporters during the NFL annual meeting in Orlando, Florida. "I feel as good as any time I've gone into an offseason as I can remember." If Jones and the Cowboys can't reach a deal with Prescott, Dallas would have only $4.9 million in cap space as free agency enters its second wave and ahead of signing the franchise's incoming draft class, without making roster cuts or restructuring the deals of other veteran players.